Hi, and welcome to the Circles of Inspiration page. I'm Anna Pereira. Happy New Year to you. This is my very first live of the year. So just want to say thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, just drop a comment and let me know where you're from. So as you can see from the title here, we're going to be talking about high vibration living. I want to say thank you and welcome to my guest, Leah Skurdal. Leah, how are you?
Hi, I'm fabulous. Thanks so much for having a conversation with me. This is great fun.
Absolutely. So Leah is a member of the Wellness Universe, and as you know, I'm the founder of the Wellness Universe. And today's a very special day. Leah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's our 8-year anniversary of being online live with our website, and 9 years actually in being in community with our members. So I want to thank you so much for being a part of my world and that world, and being a member of the Wellness Universe, and being an expert in high vibration living.
I love that I get to be part of this celebration because I'm all about celebrations. That's wonderful that we get to highlight the this pivot moment of stepping up.
Yeah, it was a pretty epic day back in was it 2015? We launched on 1-2-3 2015. So today is 1-2-3, right? It's like 1-2-3. So anyway, enough about that and our epic, achievement here with our anniversary. But I wanted to bring you on today on our Facebook Live on Circles of Inspiration to introduce you to my amazing audience. I have some of the best followers and engagers on my Facebook page, people that really pour into the conversation about well-being and wellness, and they're always so kind and so loving. And I want to say thank you, everyone who's joined us live and who is engaging on my page lately. As you know, some of you probably have noticed that I've been missing out of your newsfeed and just recently have come back into your newsfeed, and that's been very intentional of me and with Circles of Inspiration. So thank you so much. And with that, I'm spreading the message of the Wellness for All programming that we have through the Wellness Universe. And I wanted to introduce you to Leah first, specifically because she has a very interesting class launching this week, but we'll talk about that later. Leah, I have fallen in love with you since I first met you through the Wellness Universe, and your heart and your story is so inspiring and intriguing, and you have lived through some really extraordinary things, and you've given yourself to society, to communities, to the world in so many ways to help us uplift our our vibe, our spiritual awareness, and really tap into who we are so we can live our best life and also ripple that out to the rest of the world. And I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being a real true spiritual inspiration and leader in this world. And I just want you to introduce yourself a little bit about who you are, your why, and also your very interesting backstory of how you got started in really being a conduit for peace and love and kindness for the world through your volunteer work and the work that you've done. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I was 30 years ago a stressed out professional, and then I became a stressed out stay-at-home mom. And there was this pivot point where I'm holding the baby, 3-year-old's hanging on my leg. My husband's walking out the door to work, and I'm crying. You stay home, I'll go to work instead. I couldn't match what was in my heart with what was going on around all this craziness. And I realized something had to change, and I had to go back into my spiritual well-being and reconnect to my own spiritual well-being. And so the kids and I sat down in the peace chair, and that was the beginning of meditating again. I'd meditate with 2 little kids in my lap, but every day I would take time to go inward and listen. And that rekindling of my spiritual well-being is what really got me through a lot of challenging moments, challenging times. And I think that that's so important with where we are in the world today, that to tap inward to that place of well-being within, so that we can navigate all this craziness that's going on. I think that's such a valuable part, not only valuable, invaluable part of our lives. Yeah.
Now, Leah, this has been your life's journey. Since you were
Yes.
younger, you were a volunteer for what organization?
I was a volunteer in the United States Peace Corps. I lived for 2 years in a mud and stick house in the mountains of North Kivu, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I was teaching English as a fourth or fifth language. And we were right on the border of Uganda. So a lot of my students did use English to become merchants, commerçants, business people. And but since then, since I left, the country has fallen into war, and it's a war over the control of the natural resources at the core of it. And some of my students have become refugees in Uganda. And now I've been supporting micro enterprise projects in this refugee camp of a fish pond and soap making, so that people can become self-sufficient again and live their best life that they can right now. But sometimes my friends will message me and say they don't have any food left. The food is gone. Like, really? The food is gone. Like, what do you do when the food when your food is gone? I just go to the cupboard and I find something else, or go to the grocery store, but that doesn't always happen. In any case, so my heart goes to people who are struggling to have their best life in whatever place they are.
Leah, you are just such a selfless human being, and I know that you have honed your whole life and really have tapped into what works to find your balance, be grounded, and expand and radiate your vibration out to the world. So not only are you actually living and experiencing the life that you want to through being in that energy, but you really help us and teach us to tap into that for ourselves and also be the best leader we can in our own right and in our own microcosm, in our own world. Because like you said, when you're a mom, you're sitting there meditating with a baby on each leg in your lap, and and being able to really get grounded, reconnect, so you can be the best mom, the best wife, and the best woman for yourself, to keep yourself grounded in this. And what I love is that, well, there's so many things I love about you. I mean, when we met in person, honestly, when we met in person, your energy just oozes off of you, and you just have a way of washing over us with your energy and letting us feel safe and secure and held, and also led as you lead us to our harmony, our homeostasis, and our unfolding. So again, I just see all of our live viewers. I just want to say hi to everyone. Thank you so much, and your comments are appreciated. So please keep commenting, and we'll go back to those comments later. And you can share this with anyone you want who wants to get inspired by expanding their vibe, and also tapping into their vibe to be their best leader. So what I was saying about that was, whether you're a mom, whether you're a partner to someone in a relationship, whether you are actually a quote unquote leader, as people think of the word leader, within an organization or within some sort of other, that status where you're looked at as you're the decision maker, you're the one that people look to inspire them and to lead them. And if you, and also I want to say, those two words together, inspiration and leader, together are the most dynamic and the most life-changing and world-changing sets of words I think that you could put together. Because a leader is one thing, but an inspirational leader is another. And I want to say thank you for doing everything you've done in life to be an inspirational leader to us and to lead, for example, all of these amazing people who would not have the opportunity to have learned English as a second or third or fourth language, to help them so they can better their lives and up level themselves and be able to feed their families and also, grow their community in richer ways and be more educated. Um, so let's talk about that for a moment. So our vibe, for us to be aware of our vibe, it's one thing. And us to be aware of another's vibe is something completely different. Do you want to share with us how
Oh,
about that?
absolutely, absolutely. So, back at you, Anna. Talk about inspirational leader. Holy smokes. So when you're in Anna's presence, okay, anybody who knows Anna, when you're in Anna's presence, you can feel that vibe, right? You can feel that upliftment. And it's this heart space that you just you feel it, because vibration is not in your head. It's not a thought. And it's we feel with our hearts. Okay. So, but you've also had that experience where you walk in a room and you go, oh, wait a minute, I'm out of here. Or you meet somebody and like, oh, that person's creepy. Like, you're just, because we're electromagnetic beings, we have this energy around us and we can feel into the vibration of other people. And so sometimes when we're not conscious of that, we can pick up other people's stuff and think it's our own. And that happens. That happened to me a lot. I would get a stomach ache where I couldn't figure out where this was coming from. And finally, after years of not knowing where this was coming from, I realized that if I opened my heart and opened the back of my heart, that energy would just keep on moving through, and it wouldn't get trapped in my gut. Now, isn't that weird? That seems so weird. And yet, think about how many times that you've been in a situation where you feel drained being around somebody else, that you can't just wait to get away. And how many times you've been around somebody who they just light you up and you want to be more around them. Well, we can be that leader for other people. We can be that. We can fill ourselves up so full of our own essence, our own God essence, our own divine love flowing through us, that we're blessing the people around us and leaving them also feeling uplifted. So that is just, I think that is the work of our day. That's what we need to be doing right now. The world needs us to step up, whether we're blessing somebody by being a barista and giving somebody a fabulous smile and just uplifting their day, or whether we're a corporate trainer and we're helping somebody to be better at the work that they do. There are lots of different ways that we lead.
I really love how you framed this, Leah, because for me, you just created a bigger awareness around how important it is for us to be clear of any other vibration that's going on around us that would drag us down, that would take us down, that would exit us off of a highway of intention that we were set out on that day. Like, imagine getting in your car and you get on this highway and you have a trajectory. You are getting from point A to point B on your highway, but then somebody else comes on the highway and then cuts you off, and their vibration is like that cutoff, and you have to veer off the exit. And now you're off of the highway. You've gone totally askew, totally derailed from your agenda of which you had set out, no matter how great your intention was for the day, because of another's energy or vibration or vibe. Like, oh, I don't like your vibe. And I think it's so important how you just structured this conversation, the awareness that it's created in me, and I'm sure in our listeners right now, that we have ownership of this. We have ownership of our vibe and how another person's vibe affects our vibe. And you just shared with us how you deal with this. So then that way you're always, in alignment, and somebody else's vibe doesn't bumper car into you and send you off of the exit, off of the highway of intention that you had set out for that day. And then that way you become a more effective leader. you're able to be more compassionate through your day instead of sitting in somebody else's negative vibe, I'm sure. And that way, like you said, you become the blessing to the world that you know that you can be, and you are living in that at that moment.
Well,
Did I hear you right?
yeah. But let's also be real. We all get derailed, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So the question isn't that we never get off track, but how quickly can you get back on track? What are your tools, tips? And it's not just about, I mean, maybe someday taking a bubble bath is a good thing. That's okay to refresh, push the reset button, but sometimes you don't have time to do that. So how do we use our breath? We've always got our breath. So how do we get back to that center and keep building up those spiritual well-being muscles so we can get back to center more quickly? That it's a yeah building up those muscles so that we can get back more quickly. That's the stuff of life.
I love it. And yeah, bouncing back is important because, like you said, life happens. Basically, life happens, and we will get derailed, and it's about bouncing back. So, I just wanted this to be a really quick conversation. Everyone who's with us live, just say hello, let us know, and we'll get back to you if you have any questions. But so, Leah, you actually created a course through Wellness for All, and I wanted to let everyone know that Wellness for All programming is a special um, a group of programs that we have through the Wellness Universe that are free to enroll and completely donation based, because we truly believe that happy, healthy, healed humans lead to world peace. And through the Wellness Universe, Wellness for All programming, along with partners like Leah, thank you, Leah, who deliver amazing programs to help us with our well being and transformation and self care, you can join her program, which is launching on Wednesday, called High Vibration Living. And it is for people who are leaders, and it's to bridge that gap for you. So, Leah, do you want to tell us a little bit more about this course that you're leading?
Yes, I'm so excited about it because it's leaders bridging inner and outer peace. So that, again, when we do the inner work to build our inner spiritual muscles so that we can be in the place of inner peace more frequently, that we're sending out ripples of well-being that uplift those around us. We can be an influence for good in the world. And that's what true leadership is, being an influence for good in the world, and being an inspiration of well-being and goodness. So what is so cool is that each month I have a different featured speaker where we'll highlight a particular topic, and then we have time to interact, to have a group conversation. We'll have activities that will take us deeper within, and have a time for reflective journaling so that we can really integrate the conversation that we're hearing and with our ears.
And you're also going to be, because it's once a month for about an
Correct.
hour, and you're going to be available to the folks who are part of your community in between.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. We have a private Facebook group where we'll be able to continue the conversation, and answer questions, talk about homework or whatever people want to go deeper into.
I love that. And the fact that you are so selfless in giving this course and this experience to everyone who needs it. And again, it's completely free to enroll and completely donation based. So I want to thank you for being so selfless and donating your time to do this, because I do feel, like you said, we need to empower our leaders so they have the wherewithal to get through whatever life throws at them, so they could be a blessing to those who they lead.
Absolutely. And again, you might be leading your family. You might be leading your youth group. You might be leading your work team. And how do you bring your highest and best self into all those interactions so that others are blessed by your presence?
I love that. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you for doing that, people. Really, because because you're the answer. You're the answer.
Leah, I'm as passionate about this as you are because, as you know, I love to uplift and cheerlead leaders in the industry of wellness and well-being. So by you doing this and you being so passionate to get behind our leaders and help them with those resources, I applaud you. I love you. I say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So with that, I just want to say everyone who's on Circles of Inspiration, please tag someone that you know can use this information in the comments, share this video with someone that you know, and please enroll and join us this Wednesday is the first session, right? At 9:30 in the morning Eastern time. But come live because that's where you're going to get the most benefit. I believe that Debbie Prediger is your very first guest.
Yes, I'm so lucky to have her as our first guest. It's going to be a fabulous conversation.
Yes, and you know that we are very good friends, Debbie and I. I love her. She is a heart-led leader. Great choice, Leah, on her being your first guest. And so anyone, if you want to leave any questions, just tag me or Leah in the comments and we'll get back. We'll answer any questions that you have. And with that, I wish you a really blessed day. Bye-bye for
Thank
now,
you so much.
everyone.
Have a fabulous day.